Hi, this is Paula. I am writing right now because I want to make sure that you are aware of what the book says, the Bible says about a virtuous woman. How do you know if you have encountered a virtuous woman? How do you know if you are or are not a virtuous woman? I am speaking primarily to Hebrew Israelite women who are held to a standard, and that is according to what the book says. If you ask the average woman if they're virtuous, they're going to say yes. They're definitely going to say yes. So let's look briefly at what the book says, and we'll be breaking this series down as we go along. But I ask the question, who can find a virtuous woman? And the reason why she's hidden is because there's not too many women who are common as this woman. This woman is a woman whose resume says a lot about her. Let's look at that, and we'll continue in this series, but let's just look at the verse in Proverbs 31, verses 10 through 31, which says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil." And when you look at that, that means that he's not out there looking for anything else. He's satisfied with what he has. He knows that he has a good woman. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So she's not out there plotting on him. She's not degrading him. She's not trying to make him look bad in front of others. She really adores her husband. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. So she's an entrepreneur. She's somebody that doesn't even have to work outside the household. And we'll even find out later how she does. She does sometimes work outside her household, and she gives to big businesses. She does exchanges. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. So she takes care of her entire house, including those who are working for her. She considereth the field, and buyeth it with the fruit of her hand. She planteth a vineyard. So it seems to me that she may also be an entrepreneur who's working in her own garden. She may be learning to plant so that she can grow her own food for her and her household and those who work along with her. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. So I mean, she's a hard worker, at least a smart worker. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night, meaning that she is diligent. She looks over her household to make sure that everything is done, and she's willing with the candle that's not going out. She's ready at any time to do what it is she needs to do for her household. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy, showing that it's not just about her and her four. She keeps her household as well as those who are in need in mind. She is not afraid of the snow, for all her household are clothed with scarlet, meaning they're well taken care of. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her household is known in the gates where her husband, is known in the gates where he sitteth among the elders of the land. So this is a man who's respected. He's sitting amongst the elders of the land. So more than likely, they're talking about the book, and a woman that is his wife needs to be respected. He can't be out there saying one thing and then his wife is out there bogus. So this virtuous woman is also respected amongst the elders of the land. They know her. She maketh fine linen, and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. So she's not involved in all kinds of gossip and everything. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her, because they know what she's done. Sometimes you may have children that may be disrespectful or inconsiderate, but that's on them, especially when you know that you have done what your best was before God. You may have made some mistakes, but that does not mean that grace has not covered you. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. So we definitely want to look at the resume of this woman, and she may not have always been virtuous. She may not have always known who she is, but we're going to take a look in this journey and in the upcoming book to find out who can find such a woman. Can she find herself? Subscribe to the website below if you have not already. This Israelite Woman series is going to talk about how this woman has so many virtues, and how she makes a difference in the life of her family and those that she's connected to. I look forward to seeing you on the other side for the Virtuous Hebrew Israelite Woman series.